Hello friend, welcome back to my video. One more video for you. I hope this video gonna be helpful today. There is very interesting topic I find in my message box was there is one a Nepalese who is in Portugal at this moment, is coming to Edinburgh for his further study. So he was asking me some questions about that, like how to find room, how to settle down here, like till he finished his study over here. So as you can tell, like I'm speaking in English in this video completely because it's not just for Nepalese, it's for other people as well. There are lots of other people who can't understand Nepalese, that they are moving to Edinburgh or UK, that for the study, for work, or for any reason that they need help or they want some guidelines that will be helpful for them to moving in. So how to start, what to do there, how to find the room, etc, right? So I'm recording this video in English so that I can help more and more people possible at one video. So I hope you, my Nepalese people, please don't be angry with me. And I'm sure like Nepalese almost like very much understand English, and my English is not that best, but so I'm particularly making this video that how to move to Edinburgh. It's because I am in Edinburgh at this moment, of course, but I moved to London first and then moved here. So I would say this video will help anyone that who is planning to move to UK in general, but it's more about Edinburgh, about the places I'm going to talk about, because I know more about Edinburgh than any other places, of course. So yeah, let's get it started. So very first, I'm going to say a few things. Is if you are planning to move to Edinburgh or UK, please make sure about the weather. Where are you moving from? Like you are moving from the country like China, Nepal, India, these kind of countries. The temperature shock can be a thing, or also from Portugal, temperature shock can be the thing at the same time, because Portugal is a very warm, nice weather country, as we all know, and here it's freezing. Okay, I'm not just like, I don't want to exaggerate because it's winter here, so obviously it's making me feel more tense, feel more tense about when I'm talking about the cold. But yeah, it's not a joke because it's very cold. Please grab your all jackets, hoodie jackets, like especially hoodie, beanies, gloves, everything, socks. You're gonna need that all here. So please make sure you study a little bit about the weather, how the weather here. Normally in winter is snow, so you have to be a bit careful about it. And yeah, after knowing about the weather, if you are a student, I can't give you much information because I'm not a student here. I'm a full-time job. I'm a full-time worker. So if you have if you are coming here as a student, so make sure the process and university, everything is okay, documents and everything, and check if you have accommodation provided by the university. That can be the another benefits for you. So as I said, I can't talk much about it as I am not a student. But about the rooms, so when you come to Edinburgh and you have to find a room, it feels like a big deal because it's really hard to find a room. It's also depending on which time of the year that you are coming here. So especially when it's a time where there is a new semester is starting out, and that time is very hard to find a room. And overall here is course it's a bit hard, but it's not impossible, or it's not too hard as it sounds. Okay, so I would go find some online. There are websites like gumtree.com. There are websites like Rightmoves, Joopla, etc. And also you can find some of them in a Facebook Marketplace. That this place that I'm staying right now, I actually had a look in Facebook Marketplace. So you just make sure you don't miss there. So yeah, about the room finding. So I just made a few points here about what things to make sure before you move to Edinburgh. So the first thing was the weather that I already mentioned, and the second thing was a room, finding a room. That also I mentioned how to find a room, but I would like to just add a little bit about be careful when you are finding a room, because there are people, lots of scammer going on. So don't pay any advance or any deposit before you saw the room, or you fixed, or before you signed the contract. Don't pay any money before you actually sign the contract, or you are legally secure. All right, every little money counts. So just make sure people doesn't make you fool. So yeah, and also make sure if you are paying certain amount of money, if there is the bills included, sorry, bills are included, or council taxes included. Because one thing that I paid more here than I don't used to pay in Portugal is a council tax, and every single person pays the council tax. But if you are sharing in a flat, you can share the council tax with them. But if you are a student doesn't pay the council tax, so it's the good thing. So yeah, like if you are paying, it depends, you are renting an apartment or renting a room. But if they are charging per se £500 a month, so you just make sure if bills are included or it's just a rent, that £500, so that you can make your budget, how much is gonna be the total per month. All right, so there is another point I made, is like how to find a job. Okay, so if you are a student, you may still need a part-time job, or if you are not a student, you want to have a job. So there are a few ways to find a job, which is most of the time, like I would just recommend finding online, that I did. But what you can also do is, like, now the pandemic is over, so you can just go around, and if you see like shops, or what kind of job you want to do depends. Like if you work in the salon, shops, you can just directly go there and ask to the related person as well. That is a very casual and common way to find a job. And but I would recommend you to find online any sort of jobs. Like there is all sort of jobs available in online. So there are a few websites, which is like Indeed, that you can find a job. That I did find job there as well. And also you can find, like, if you like to work in a certain company that you already know, like, okay, I want to go work in that company, like Amazon. Or if you're working as a nursing and you want to work on a, like, NHS, I want to work on the NHS. And if you have any specific area or the company you want to work with, you can just search the company name, and you can go to the careers in a company website, and then you apply through them, or email them if they don't have any form or online process of applying for the job. If they have the official email address, just email them saying that you are looking for the job, if they are hiring someone at this moment. There are lots of ways to find a job that way. All right, and also there are lots of Facebook groups that jobs in Edinburgh, or so you can also, they are also keep posting the jobs available there, so you can apply through that. So just be careful. Again, it's like finding a room. finding a job as well. Sometimes we can be a victim of a scam, so just be careful about that. Always, that's our own responsibility, that better safe than sorry. So yeah, just keep in mind that you don't get scammed by any of that things. So another thing I want to talk about is a bank account. So wherever you go, you're gonna need a bank account. So how you do that? So when I came in UK first, so it was middle of the pandemic, so everything was closed, and I had no idea how to do it. So I just did open a Monzo bank account, which is online, and it was good because when you do the international payment, you don't pay the service charge on that. So I had one online, but that bank doesn't have any physical bank, it's just online bank. So probably there will be the situation that this bank account you can't use for all purpose. So it just for the beginning stage, if you don't know, or you are not a person to go out and know much about the thing, you can also do that as an option. But I would say at this moment everything is open. You can just go out and look for the bank branches over here everywhere, so you can go there and ask them whatever you need. I would just say few things that, as I work for a bank, so I know few things that you're gonna need to open a bank account, so you can just have some documents on hand so that it's gonna be easier for you. It's like an ID your ID and the proof of address, that where are you living. And you need few things that not all the proof of address gonna be accepted. If you have a previous bank account, bank statement with that address, it's gonna be helpful, that you can use as a address verification. But if you just move here, you probably don't have that. So if you have any bills on your name, so utility bill, that also can helpful for as a address verification. If you have a driving license within a Europe, you can just translate your driving license here. So that what I did, that I just translated my driving license here from Portugal to here, so that your driving license has an address there. So you can use that as address verification and identification as well, so that's easy. So as an identification, you can just use your passport. It's not an issue. So if it's within a Europe or any EEA country or European documents, you don't need an address verification. It's a single ID is served, but if not, you need an address verification. So there are a few things. Yeah, if you don't have anything, you just can get one from the utility bill or contract paper. If you have the accommodation, they're gonna give you a contract. So yeah, there are various form of documents that you can use as an address verification. All right. So another thing that I would say, yeah, you're gonna get the file. That is quite weird thing that I'm going to tell, because that I was not really aware of that, but with time I find it very easy to organize yourself. Just find a one file like this. I have other form of files as well, like this kind of file or other file, and keep your documents safe and organized, because whenever you need something, because when you are moving from other country to like one country to another, there is always a lot of things going on, and it's very important to keep your mind organized. Keep your mind organized. You have to keep your things organized, so that whenever you need something, you don't have to spend hours to find those papers or documents, you know what I mean. So I had a situation sometimes, and Also, not just moving from Portugal to here, that from Edinburgh to Edinburgh, that I had a few movements that I have done that it just all, I felt very disorganized, and that make my time, make my level of like stress very high, you know, because you just can't understand where the things are, and especially when it's documents and stuff, it's very very chaotic and very like you just gonna do that. So it can save you lots of time and valuable time and your mental health as well, trust me. So that you keep your bills, documents all up to date, okay? And yes, the one more point I will gonna say is, okay, so the places you come to the a new country, and you want to go out, go around, but where? You can Google it, but even though there are lots of places that Google gonna show you, that you are not quite sure like which is a place is nice to go, or you know, the park, or any places to go around. So I'm going to just mention a few places here. I'm also not like, I'm still here like just 2 years, as I said, and it's not a long time. 2 years is some time, but not a long time. So I will tell you a few places that like Princess Street is the center of the city here, where the town where you can go for a shopping, you can go for like any entertainment, like you go like people who like, I'm not that person, but there are lots of people who are very sociable, go out and like crowd, you know, like to go go with the crowd, and they love when lots of people around them and stuff. So when you come to the new places and you don't know where those places are, it can be very lonely for you. So that can be the solution, that you can just go around the town where lots of people around walking or shopping and stuff. And even if you want to go shopping, you can just go through like the main road, and there are lots of shops there, and you can see, you can get any bus to go any places that you want to go. You can get that from the town, yeah, to get the public transport as well. That's a pretty good, like buses are very very good here, like public transport. You can take a tram as well, and there is a pass you can make for the monthly pass. You can make within 60 pounds, sorry, pardon me, so £60 you can make for 1 month. No, like it's a 4 weeks, it's not a month, it's not a monthly pass, it's a weekly pass. You can either do for 2 weeks or 4 weeks, okay? So you can get that card, so that you can get the bus or a tram, whatever is convenient for you. And there are a few places to visit. If you like to walk, go hike, like go for a walking and stuff, you can always go to Carlton Hill. There is a place, and there is a Botanic garden over here, which is wonderful place to visit, one of the places to visit. And if you love to walk, go for a walk, which is like, for me, is a fundamental thing, to go for a walk, for my anything, for my like as an exercise, as a to chill down, or just to get rid of my anxiety, anything. That walking is a medication for me, for anything. It makes me feel so good. So one of the places that I go for a walk a lot is a Leith walk. You're gonna be amazed like how beautiful the walk path is here, the Leith walk. And also the Meadows Park, there is a huge park which is called Meadows Park. So there are a few places that you're gonna probably love, those places that you can go around and just, you know, have your time. And for a shopping, that you can go a few shopping center over here, that I'm not quite sure. There is a big shopping center in Livingston, which is just out of Edinburgh. So I never been, but I'm just sharing the information that I'm aware of. I hear from people here, but I never been. I'm not that shopaholic, so normally I'm not a good person to tell where to go for shopping. But normally there are a shopping center that nearby my place, which is St. James Quarter, and you can also go to Ocean Terminal. That is another shopping center that you go for a shopping. And yeah, that is the shopping, like clothing and other like cosmetics and any other shopping. Here there is one different thing than Portugal that I found here is like if you go for a cosmetics, there is a big Superdrug. There's a big store for cosmetics, and another is a Boots. The Boots is like more cosmetics, also like a pharmacy. So I normally shop in Boots than the Superdrugs. So it's really your preference. It's both of them is the same, but yeah, it's up to you. If you want to go for a grocery shopping, there are a few shops, which is Aldi, Lidl, Tesco, which is quite famous here. So there is Co-op, is also one of the stores that you can do your groceries. So yeah, these are a few shops or places you can go for a groceries, and there are a few shopping centers you can go for a shopping. As I mentioned, few places to go for a walk, go for a like hills, Carlton Hill, and there are other places, beautiful places out of Edinburgh that you can go and explore yourself. There is another, just to mention, there is another Fountain Park. Is kind of shopping, but there are you can go there, like there are lots of games as well, like you can play games, watch cinema there, like go for a cinema there as well. So yeah, there are a lot of things you can do here. But for me, as I compare with the Lisbon to Edinburgh, it's like a tiny city, but very beautiful. I love the architecture here, architecture of the city here. It looks very beautiful, like a movie. I'm really fascinated, like looking for the buildings and stuff. Is really beautiful. And also, like talking about the gardens and walking places, there are a big garden, also Princess Street Garden, which is beautiful. You can see the view from there, the castle view. Or another things to mention to go around is a castle, Edinburgh Castle there, and lots of other church, cathedral. I'm not quite sure how to say cathedral in English, but I hope you guys understand that. What does that mean? It's like a church, but a different form. Yes, so that is more or less what I want to share with you about Edinburgh. It sounds a little bit more than it is, but trust me, like when you come here and you start to just go around, and you also gonna know more about the things. And people, Scottish people, are quite friendly here. In the beginning you can find a little bit like close off people, but once they know you better, if you are a friendly person as well, they are friendly with you too. Very nice people, open people. So you are not going to have very hard time here to socialize. I have had hard time. It was more because of a pandemic as well. So yeah, there was a few things that I wanted to share with you guys. Any people that want to move to Edinburgh from any other countries or from Portugal like me before, so I hope this information I'm providing you at this moment gonna be helpful for you to move to Edinburgh and settle down here. Please let me know if you want to know anything more about any other information, because these are the things that I just came to my mind that I could share to make your movement, like moving, easy. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope this video gonna help you for your future movements or the current movements, whatever the situation is. So I hope it's helpful. So any other information, as I said, you can just write it down in the comment box. And yeah, it's just that for today, guys. I will see you next time.